Ever wondered why modern dating feels like navigating through a minefield of red flags? Welcome to the era where the slightest quirks can send alarm bells ringing. You're a guy who enjoys the adrenaline rush of a good football game? Red flag. You don't find pleasure in the pastel hues of the Barbie movie? Red flag. The dating landscape has transformed into a vast sea of judgment, where every hobby, preference, or even the way you chew your food can be seen as a potential deal-breaker. Modern women have a laundry list of what their ideal man should be like, but when asked what they bring to the table, the room suddenly goes silent. It's an intriguing paradox, isn't it? Are we so focused on spotting red flags in others that we fail to see the crimson banner waving in our own hands? But what if we told you that the biggest red flag might not be where you think it is? Modern women have evolved with time, and so have their expectations. In the ever-changing landscape of dating and relationships, modern women have developed a finely tuned set of expectations for their potential partners. It's not just about finding someone who can make them laugh or who shares their love for spontaneous road trips anymore. No, the checklist has become far more intricate and some might say demanding. These expectations can range from the man's financial stability to his interest in sports, right down to his opinion on the latest Barbie movie. It's as if every man is expected to be a unique blend of a Wall Street tycoon, an athlete, and a connoisseur of children's cinema. And these are just the tip of the iceberg. However, there's a side to this equation that's often overlooked, one that's hidden behind the towering laundry list of expectations. It's the red flags that women themselves might be unknowingly waving. Take, for instance, the issue of high body counts. In today's dating world where casual relationships are as common as morning coffee, it's not unusual for women to have had multiple partners. Yet, this is often seen as a red flag by men, and it's not just about the numbers, it's the casualness with which these relationships are treated, almost as if they are stepping stones that can raise eyebrows. Then there's the treatment of men. It's a sad truth, but some women can be dismissive, even rude, to men who don't meet their exacting standards. They may see this as being selective, but to an outsider it can come across as a lack of respect for the opposite sex. Yet, these issues rarely make it to the list of self-reflections. They're hidden behind the notion that it's the man who needs to meet the woman's expectations, not the other way around. But what happens when the tables are turned? What do women bring to the table? When confronted with the question of what they bring to the table, many women are left stumped. It's an intriguing conundrum, isn't it? This puzzling question seems to be a blind spot in the modern dating scene. Imagine for a moment, a woman who has a laundry list of expectations. She wants a man who's tall, handsome, successful, caring, and not to forget, he should love the Barbie movie too. But when the tables are turned and she's asked about her contributions, she fumbles. In the realm of relationships, this is a classic red flag, but why is this a problem? Well, the answer is simple. Relationships are a two-way street. It's about give and take. If one party has a list of expectations but isn't clear about what they offer in return, it creates an imbalance. This imbalance can then lead to frustration, disappointment, and eventually, a breakdown. This isn't about keeping score or demanding an equivalent exchange, it's about understanding that a relationship is a partnership. Both parties need to bring something to the table, whether it's emotional support, financial stability, or shared interests. It's not just about what you want, but also what you can offer. Now, this isn't to say that all women are guilty of this. There are many who are clear about their contributions and expectations. But the fact remains that there's a significant number who struggle with this question. Why is that so? Perhaps it's because society often paints women as the prize to be won, the damsel in distress waiting for a knight in shining armor. This outdated narrative does a disservice to women and men alike. It creates unrealistic expectations and fosters a skewed view of relationships. In the end, it's all about self-awareness and introspection. Understanding what one brings to the table can pave the way for healthier, more balanced relationships. It's a question that women, and indeed everyone, should be able to answer confidently. Now let's flip the script. What about men's expectations and behaviors? Men too have their share of expectations and red flags, but are they the same as women's? Let's delve into this interesting counter-perspective. Men, like women, have a mental checklist when it comes to potential partners. But the items on that list might not be what you'd expect. It's not about the love for sports or disdain for a Barbie movie. For many men, it's about respect, understanding, and the ability to communicate effectively. A red flag for a man might be a woman who's dismissive of his interests, not because he needs her to share them, but because it indicates a lack of respect and open-mindedness. It's about the woman who can't handle a difference of opinion without resorting to hostility or dismissal. Men also value honesty and authenticity. A woman who's always pretending to be someone she's not, who's always putting on a show, is a red flag. It's exhausting, and it doesn't foster a deep, meaningful connection. And then there's the woman who treats men as disposable, who's always on the lookout for the next best thing. That's a huge red flag. It shows a lack of commitment and an inability to value and appreciate the person in front of her. Now let's juxtapose this with the points raised about women's expectations and behaviors. The high body counts, the laundry list of requirements, the inability to articulate what they bring to the table. Are these really the same issues? Or are they manifestations of a deeper societal problem, where both genders are struggling to understand and meet each other's needs in a rapidly changing dating landscape? It's also worth noting that just as women are not a monolith, neither are men. These are broad strokes, and individual experiences and expectations can vary wildly. But it's clear that the conversation around modern dating has become more complex and perhaps more fraught than ever before. So we have two sides of the coin, but what does it all mean for modern dating? Stay tuned as we continue to unravel this intricate tapestry of modern love. Navigating the modern dating scene can feel like a complex puzzle, but understanding these dynamics can help. So, what have we unraveled today? Well, we've delved deep into the labyrinth of modern dating, shining a light on the shifting expectations and perceptions that both men and women grapple with. We've taken a look at the red flags that some modern women tend to see in men, often over seemingly innocuous things like an interest in sports or a dislike for certain movies. Yet, we've also uncovered that these women can, at times, be oblivious to the potential red flags they themselves may be waving around. Now, it's crucial to remember that we all have our quirks and idiosyncrasies, our paths, and our unique perspectives. These are the things that make us human, the things that give us depth. Acknowledging them, and being open to understanding those of others, is a key part of successful dating. We've also discovered that modern women often have a long list of expectations for their potential partners. Yet when asked what they bring to the table, the answer may not be as clear. This isn't to say that having expectations is wrong. Far from it. It's about realizing that a relationship is a two-way street. It's about mutual respect, understanding, and contribution. From the perspective of modern men, navigating these expectations and red flags can be a daunting task. But remember, it's not about winning or losing in this dating game. It's about finding a connection, a mutual understanding, and respect. So as we wrap up, let's keep this in mind. In the realm of love and dating, there's no one-size-fits-all. Every person, every relationship is unique. It's about navigating through the complexities together, about understanding each other's red flags and expectations, and about mutual respect and contribution. Remember, in the game of love, understanding and respect are your best strategies. Please don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe with bell notifications, and share.